You nervous?
We're live.
Oh, we're live already? I didn't even
Yes,
realize. Oh, okay.
we
Hey.
are. Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to our live for today. This is Dr. Echo, Go Pediatrics founder, and I have with me the amazing Miss Didi. She's a mom. She came to our practice, and she so very kindly agreed to come on here and tell you about how her pursuit of holistic medicine has completely changed the direction of her son's life. So, welcome to the show, Miss Didi.
Thank you. Thank you for having me and inviting me. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. So I like all my guests to introduce themselves. So, can you please tell them a little bit more about you?
Yeah, I guess a brief summary. I'm a stay-at-home mom, one and only son. I started in nursing. My background is nursing, but after having my son and realizing that maybe he was having some autistic symptoms, he was a little delayed in speech, um, very picky eating. I kind of switched over to holistic care. Um, so yeah, I started there, started holistic care, started trying to get down to the root cause symptoms of my son. That's what really started my whole journey, his whole journey of trying to understand his symptoms. It just kind of felt like any pediatrician, any doctor that we went to and asked questions had no answers for us. So I just chose a different path, which was kind of holistic health, holistic medicine. And for the past year, that's what we've been doing. Functional testing, OAT testing, vitamin and mineral, frat testing, stool analysis, all of those, nutrition have all helped tremendously. So I'm currently in school to become a holistic health practitioner myself to help other kids like my son as well. And that's how I found you. So I'm here.
Well, welcome. So, you said a lot of words. We're
That
going to
was
have
a
to break
lot.
those things down.
That was a lot.
So, let's start with okay. So, yes, your background was in nursing, but how did you even stumble upon holistic care? How did you even get there?
It was my husband.
Okay.
So, after not getting a lot of answers when it came to my son, just kind of feeling stuck, like nobody understood, nobody could help, my husband stumbled upon a TikTok video of a lady, a mom, autistic mom, who was practicing holistic medicine for functional testing to help with her autistic son. And that just sent me down a rabbit hole. I got to researching, got to Googling, got to TikTok, and just researching, reading, ordering books, trying to find out everything I could possibly find out. And then I realized that I couldn't find the right holistic professional for me when I needed one. And so I just decided to become what I needed.
Wow. No, that sentence. I decided to become what I needed. That's so
Yeah.
powerful because
Yeah.
you could have just given up and you could have just said, "Oh, this is too hard. I'm not
Nah.
gonna do it." But
I
you
think it
decided.
hit different when you see your child like struggling,
Mhm.
frustrated, tantrums, picky eating, not themselves, kind of like in a fog, day in, day out, constipation. He stayed sick, strep throat, ear infections. Nobody could figure it out. And I just got tired of just feeling helpless. So I was like, at this point, if I can't find what I need to help him, I just got to figure it out on my own. So I literally woke up one morning and I was like, husband, I'm going to enroll in school. I'm going to become a holistic health practitioner. I'm going to really understand the body. I'm going to understand nutrition. I'm going to really understand the brain gut connection. And not only am I going to help our son, but then I'm going to turn around and help others. So this past year, that's what I've been doing.
Wow, that is so wonderful. And I'm so glad. I mean, yes, TikTok, but I'm glad he found it,
Mhm.
right? And that
Yeah.
somebody was sharing their story, which is why we're here to share your story so that
Yes.
we can empower more parents and parents who you may feel hopeless, like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do with my son. And I go to the doctors and they say it's just autism, right?
Hmm.
And yes, I used to be that pediatrician because honestly, we're not really trained to really get into the nitty gritty of can we make a difference in this child's life, or is this just the way, like whatever symptoms you see, well, that's it. We'll just try and patch and manage
Yeah.
with medications as best as we can, but we don't really we're not trained to get to the nitty gritty of hey, this is how the whole body works. How can we start to make changes in
Yep,
this cycle that we see called symptoms, right? How can we break
exactly.
the cycle in different places so that we can get our children healthier? So I'm so glad you found it. And
Yes.
so you also mentioned tests. So
Yes.
let's talk about those tests. I mean, you threw out a bunch of names. You
My
said that
favorite.
test, your favorite. Okay, great. So let's start with your favorite. Let's talk about it. Yeah.
I think that's literally what I do for the past year on TikTok. As a mom in the autism community, just kind of teaching and sharing our journey, our experiences. That's my whole motto. My whole thing is testing, testing, not guessing. Testing gives you answers when most doctors or pediatricians cannot.
Mhm.
These functional tests really give you an in-depth look at what's going on inside the body. And most times you can't see that, look on the outside, of a child. So my favorite test that I always recommend parents to do is an organic acid test. That kind of explains a little bit of everything. Everything. It can give you, heavy metal markers, yeast markers, oxidative marker. It can give you so many things to really understand what's going on inside the body. So I always recommend to other mommies and parents organic acid tests, but we've also done a FRAT test, a folate receptor autoantibody test that came back negative. Even though it can come back positive, you can still, see great improvement with leucovorin still, such as my son. We
Right.
also did a stool analysis, which helped piece together a lot of questions that we had regarding his gut, why he was so constipated. He was eating the wrong food. He wasn't eating enough of the right food. He had an extreme amount of candida yeast in the gut,
Mhm.
a few bad bacteria strains that needed to be taken care of. So we did a stool analysis and we also did a heavy metal. The heavy metal testing also, his came back aluminum. Some kids can come back, lead, all type of different heavy metals, but his specifically was aluminum.
Right.
And there's a lot of symptom of, well, the most common symptom of aluminum heavy metal toxicity is neurodevelopment issues. So it kind of go hand in hand. So I think along the way, Western medicine just kind of got lazy and just started, well, this kid has these symptoms, or well, this kid has those same symptoms. Well, this group of kids has those same symptoms, and they just grouped together symptoms and labeled it autism. Somewhere along the way, I just feel like a lot of doctors just stop getting down to the root cause. And a lot of what you see in a lot of these kids who are autistic or have autism is heavy metals. They're not eating properly. Nutrition plays a huge part. In those tests that I like love is my favorite thing to talk about, gives you a lot of answers that most can't.
Yes, and that's correct because I found the same thing to be true. I mean, we do those tests on the children we care for in our practice, and definitely there's nothing like helping you come up with a tailored approach, right? Versus
Yeah.
just doing shooting in the dark, which you can, and you can see some improvement. I've seen some improvement with just saying, get your kid off of this, or try that. But
Yeah.
if you want sustained improvement in symptoms, then you definitely want to test.
Yes.
And it does make a difference because it helps you figure out next steps. And so for
Yes.
parents who are like, okay, you just throw out all these tests, and if I order it now, who's gonna read the test?
Now what? What does it mean? How do I read it? What does that mean?
Right.
Yep.
So that's why you're in school, so you can help parents when you're done, finish reading the test. And that's why we're
Yep.
here at Glow Pediatrics. So if you need our help, we're in multiple states. We're here to
Yes.
help. So reach out to us. So, but tell me more about, okay, so when you discovered the first test, so the organic acid, and you did it, how did you know what to, or not how did you know? Well, that too, but also what did you start implementing? Like, where do you start? Parents
Well,
may be saying this sounds
so
overwhelming. So where do I even start with this?
We, as a lot of parents in this journey, when you get the test results, usually most parents, you're working with someone because you don't understand the test, you don't understand how to interpret the results. So you're working with someone, whether it's a holistic practitioner, a functional pediatrician, MAPS doctor. You're working with somebody to help you understand and come up with a treatment plan. So that's what we were doing. In the beginning, we were working with a holistic practitioner, and we trusted her and depended on her to kind of explain the results and all that stuff. So we made the mistake, as a lot of parents do, started with a long, long, long list of supplements.
Okay, that was good with my sugar head. Oh my goodness.
She
Yeah.
gave this long spread. I mean, she explained all the test results, and then she provided this long list of supplements. And we found ourselves in this supplement graveyard, just morning, lunch, dinner, day after day, supplements, supplements. And we just thought, like, this is it. This is it. This is gonna make it. This is gonna change. And then we started getting frustrated, like so then once I decided, okay, this is not working, I'm not seeing any improvement, this is very, very expensive, this is not making sense, something does not seem right. We no longer worked with her. I enrolled in school in a holistic program. And that's when I started to really understand food is medicine. It starts with nutrition. Food is
Say
everything.
it again. Food is.
Food is medicine. Food is nutrition. Food is everything. Okay. And I started realizing, yeah, I'm giving him all of these supplements and stuff. I'm trying to get rid and detox and do all of this stuff. What is this baby eating? And even though I had already taken out dairy and gluten months prior, and it did make a difference, he no longer, was sick. He no longer got strep, ear infection. He no longer was constipated. Removing dairy and gluten was the first step, and it did wonders, but it wasn't just there. I had to keep going and build off that.
Mhm.
I didn't. I just took gluten and dairy and just added in a whole bunch of supplements and got frustrated. So I stopped the supplements and I really started focusing on his food. I took away all of it. Was still, even though I thought he was eating better, he was still eating a lot of processed food. I was still, so I literally had to just start from basics. I really understood nutrition, understood gut healing food, and started there. I started making everything at home, veggies. I didn't care how I had to get it in him, blend it, dice it, chop it up, sneak it in anyway, anyhow. And when I started really focusing on his diet, that's when it clicked. That's when I started seeing improvement. And then I'm like, okay, if I want to, add in a supplement here or there
Mhm.
temporarily, that's fine.
Like,
But it was the food that started everything.
yes. My best saying is you cannot out supplement a bad diet.
Yes,
No matter what you supplement with. I have parents calling me, oh, I started this and I started this and I saw some improvement. And yes, you may see some improvement, but nobody can stay on supplements forever. Actually, things are
exactly.
not
It's
built to do
temporary, it's
that.
not permanent.
We
Food
have
is
to,
permanent.
we have to go back to the root cause. What's the foundation level? What
Yes.
is this child eating? What is inflaming this child's gut, which is inflaming this child's brain?
Yep.
Thank you, mommy, for saying it.
Yes.
Because it's like when the doctor says, it's like,
It
okay,
was like, yeah, yeah, I hear you.
it's
But
the
if it's another
truth.
parent, it's like, okay.
No, we
It's so
can't
true.
load up kids with supplements. We have to fix the
You
foundation.
don't know how many parents come into my TikTok live stream and they're like, well, I started this supplement or I started this or I started that, but I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing any improvement. And my first question is, well, what's their diet like? What are they still eating on a daily basis? What are they still eating? Have you removed this? Are you still doing that? Or what tests have you done to really understand what they should be eating, what they should not be eating, what they're deficient in? Like, what is their diet based off of? And then they start telling me, and I'm like, well, you might want to cut that out, and you might want to substitute that with this. You might not just want to, you might want to take that out too. So yeah, I get it.
Oh, I am so thankful that you're not waiting till you finish school, right? You're taking what you've learned and your lived experience, which is so important, and you're helping parents. So thank you so much for doing that. Yeah,
Thank you. You're welcome.
definitely
Thank you.
helpful. So,
Thank you.
okay, so now if parents you've heard, food is medicine. You can't out
Yes.
supplement this thing. You gotta fix the foundation.
Food,
Take
food,
out
food.
all the inflammatory things, add in the sustaining things and the nourishment and children with autism, right, have a lot of deficiencies that we
Yes.
don't talk about a lot. Even the
Mm-hmm.
basic things like iron and vitamin D, they're highly deficient in it. And if you don't address those things, we can load you up with all the other things we like, but if you
And a lot of doctors have parents thinking that if a child is deficient in certain vitamins, that the only way to support those deficiencies is with a supplement. You can do that through food, nutrition. Every day, every meal. Build on it day by day. You don't have to just depend on a supplement in a bottle. Food out the ground. Food
out the ground.
out the
Part.
ground.
That part, yes. So, for example, parents will say, "Oh, I'm giving him the water, the flavored water." I'm like, "Okay, if you think about it, that's still a chemical that's flavoring your water. So, how about we take some blueberries and flavor your water, or some lemon and flavor the water, right? Versus the chemical."
I was guilty of that too. I was guilty. He held on to that. He fought me. He fought me on that. He loved his flavored water, but I had to switch it out. I had to because I knew there's so it could be something in that flavored water that he may not need. So I had to. Even though I always tell parents, who's the mama? You the mama.
That's
You know what's the best. You know what they need. They may not be what they want, but long term, you know what the body needs. Like, if I tell you, you know, you can't say you don't know because you know now. You know now. So if you still give them what they don't need and you are aware, you know that, mom, put your foot down. Put your foot down, mama.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, and so for the parent listening and saying, okay, this sounds all really complicated, like
Yeah.
exactly where am I supposed to start? What would you say to them?
Testing. Testing. Start with testing. I know a lot of parents be like, "Well, where, how do I find it?" Where I always say, start with testing and diet. Testing and diet is where I recommend starting. So there are a lot of ways. I don't know if you can list them on here. I'm not sure if I can like say the websites or whatever, but there are a lot of places that you can go to order the test on your own. And always start with nutrition. You don't need a doctor or a doctor appointment or nobody in a white coat to tell you how to feed your child. I think like reading is knowledge. Reading is everything. You can order so many books about teaching you, educating you on nutrition and start there. I removed dairy and gluten. That was the first step I did. I removed dairy and gluten. I cut out a lot of sugar, processed food. I started making stuff at home. I ordered a lot of Mediterranean diets and anti-inflammatory diet books just to kind of better understand. And I went to school. I went to school. I went to school. I changed his diet. I researched, and I just started with baby steps. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a week. It took me almost 10 months to change the way my son eats. It took me 10 months of not giving up, being frustrated, trying this, him not liking it, it's a whole process. It's not easy, but it's possible. You just have to get started. That's the hardest part of this journey, is just changing the habits and getting started. Once you get started and you commit and you understand this is what your child needs, it becomes easier. You just work at it and you chip at it day by day.
Yes, you said something, a couple of things very important. The first one is the mindset, right?
Yeah.
Knowing that first of all, it is possible for your
Hmm.
child's symptoms to improve, and second of all, is to commit to the process. There is no
Commit.
magic pill. There is no take out one thing and everything will magically improve.
Yeah.
Every child is different, right? So there's
Yes.
not one thing for one child. That's why we do personalized care.
Every child
Every
is
child
different.
is different. So it's just knowing and expecting that it's gonna take a while and the not giving up part. So it's just one small step at a time every day.
Take
But
it day by day.
yes, and it's possible. That's the
Yes.
biggest thing. It is possible.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. So
And you're
good.
going to have some bad days. You're going to have some bad days. In the midst of it, you may see so much progress. And then for like a week or two, you may see a regression. And then it might kind of feel like you might lose hope. You might kind of start feeling unmotivated. But it's a part of the process. Keep
Yes.
going. Continue to feed them what they need. Continue to be patient with them. It takes time. It takes time, but it is possible.
Yes, thank you for mentioning the regression because that can happen.
Mhm.
And depending on what you're doing, say you're doing a detox for your child, a
Yep.
gentle detox, please
Gentle.
do
Be
not
gentle
go
with these
buying
babies.
all the detox products you see. You can detox with food, and that's how you do
Food.
it gently because this is a little person we're talking about.
Yes.
Yes, yes. I actually talked to an adult the other day who his detox went bad and he was almost a vegetable. Like he was trying to detox, and the amount of detox he was given,
Too
whatever
much.
he was given, was too much, and he completely, for lack of a better word, like fried his brain. It's like just he became somebody he was
Yeah.
not. So gentle detox. So where was I? I was saying that when even when parents are detoxing, right, the body sometimes the body
Mhm.
system can feel overwhelmed that you can start to
Yeah.
see what look like regressive behaviors, like something that disappeared has come back. But
Yeah.
don't worry, you stay with it because it's just the body's way. The body is trying to clean up. You have to think,
Yeah.
took this long for the body to get to where we are. It's gonna
Hmm.
take time for it to clear itself
It
out.
didn't happen overnight. So
Right,
supporting and getting back and balance, healthy, it's not going to happen overnight either. It's a process.
right. Yes, absolutely. That's so important because I hear the frustration in parents and just
Yeah. Or they
this.
get scared, they think maybe they've done something wrong and it scares
Right,
them. So then they just want to stop. And it's like, wait, let's slow down. Let's be gentle. Let's find a more gentler approach.
right.
But yeah, it's all a part of the process for sure.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
speaking of detox, I remember like early in my son's journey, like last year, back in like April, May, June, last summer, when we were working with a holistic practitioner, we were advised to do what is it, the ACC chelation method. So we actually did 14 rounds of chelation, but we halted, we stopped because I personally, like I said, I felt like it was too harsh. I felt like it was too harsh. And there were more gentler ways through food to detox him naturally.
Right,
And so I chose to stop that form of detox and go through another route, more nutrition, more gentler, and the progress was even better. I felt like he really did not react well to the chelation detox, heavy metal detox. He did not react well to it. It was very harsh on the body. We did 14 rounds, but after that, just focusing on nutrition and detoxing him through nutrition, he made way more progress,
right.
much more happier child. So it's always other ways to do it.
So let's dig a little deeper into the detox thing because that's like the
Mhm.
buzzword now. Everybody wants
Mhm.
detoxing. So what made you realize he wasn't tolerating the chelation well?
I just after 14 rounds, the research that I had did, even though I know every child is different, how they react to detox are different, but just from the research that I had seen or heard or read from other children that have done those amounts, 14, 10, I was kind of comparing and it wasn't matching. And he was very irritable.
Mm-hmm.
He was irritable. He just wasn't in the best mood. And I know when you do ACC chelation, it's a weekend thing. It takes a lot out of you. Not only it takes a lot out of the child, it takes a lot out of the parents as well. And it was just a lot. We spent the whole summer just stuck in the house, just really committing to chelation. And by the end of the summer, it just wasn't worth it. I don't know, maybe it was a discernment, maybe it was like a mommy gut feeling. I just thought it was something else. And we were advised to do the chelation because his heavy metal results showed mercury. But once I enrolled in school and understood better how to interpret the heavy metal tests myself, I reread them and realized that was wrong. It wasn't mercury, it was aluminum.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't have to chelate to detox aluminum.
Right.
So I just stopped it. I completely stopped, cut it off, continued to learn and educate myself and detox him naturally with food. And he's been doing amazing.
So what's the difference between before you started detoxing with food and the difference after? Like what changes have you seen specifically?
Oh, he's talking up a storm now. He's asking for everything. He's asking for his piano, his truck. He wants to go outside. He lets me know when he's eating. I am a personal chef over here, okay? Anytime that baby is hungry, He's
Wow.
like, eat, I want eat. He asks for everything. When you ask him a question, he's like, yeah or no. He answers, he understands. He has a personality now. He loves music. He loves outdoors. He loves water. He is like, he's just thriving. He's thriving and he's talking more and more every day. With the chelation, it was still like he was kind of just foggy, and the toll that it takes on the body, I guess, like made it worse. But now he's just eating, walking around here with Dodo as in his bottle of water and his music, having a good old time. So it's definitely a difference. He's a little old man walking around here now.
For those who don't know what dodo is, that's fried plantain. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. My
yeah.
son loves his Dodo. Yeah.
Well, fried in avocado oil. So
Hmm.
let's make it. Now we are here promoting dodo.
I'm sorry, but he loves his dodo.
No, no, I eat dodo all the time.
He
So
loves it.
you just have to make it in the right kind of oil. That's all.
Yes, avocado oil. Yes,
Yes. So
that's what
fried
I
in
fried in.
avocado oil is a wonderful treat.
Uh-huh.
So that's good. That's good.
But
That's
yeah, he's good
wonderful.
now. So we just continue to feed him good food, continue to he's on leucovorin, sticking with his leucovorin, good nutrition. We're going to start speech therapy since now. I feel like the work that we've done holistically, functional testing wise, he is thriving. He is learning something new every day. He's learning a new word every day. So I think now with the combination of holistic healing and speech therapy, occupational therapy, I think he will do amazing. And just to think that this time last year, he was for sure level two. For sure, he was level two last year. But with the work that we've done this past year, that now he's level one, it's just proof. It's proof. It's proof that when you feed the kids, you do right by the babies.
Yes, yes, yes.
Body, mind, and spirit.
Body, mind, and spirit. The whole child is the
The whole
whole
child.
child, not segments of them, not
Mm-hmm.
their behaviors, because your child is not their behavior either,
Exactly.
right? Their behavior is communication that their body is on
Exactly.
fire.
It's something wrong. Red flag. Hey, hey, if they could talk, they could tell you, but they can't, so they
They
tell you in
can't.
other forms. Yeah.
Right. Because you mentioned something about overgrowth of yeast, and one of the most
Yes.
common manifestations is aggressive behavior or just
Yes.
not even functioning well. So can you
Every
imagine?
parent that sends me in their child's test results, every child has yeast, an
Mhm.
overgrowth of candida. And
Yep.
almost every child I see has some form of heavy metal toxicity.
Yep. So there we are.
Yep. It's possible. Recovery
Yes,
is possible.
yes,
It doesn't happen overnight, but if you commit with functional testing, nutrition, gut brain connection, it is possible.
yes, absolutely. So thank you for laying it all out. And
Mhm.
also thank you for bringing in the piece about therapy because that's important too, right? The combination of the two things. So you
Combination
heal the foundation and then you add in the therapy the child
to
needs.
get them where they need to be. Yes.
Right. And then you're going to look into ABA therapy. So just doing therapy by itself, yes, there is some progress, but not like
Some.
if you
Yeah.
address the child themselves, right?
Yeah.
When I talk to my therapist friends, I'm like, listen, send me your children. We'll
Yep.
get them feeling better.
And then
So
I'll send them back to you.
your therapy can actually work like it's supposed to. Like
Because
this
I can
person
say
learn.
firsthand, we did 8 months of speech therapy. Before we did functional testing and holistic healing, we did 8 months, 3 times a week of speech therapy with absolutely no progress.
I believe you.
No progress. But now, after getting down to root causes and really healing from within, understanding what's going on internally,
Right.
now I think that he would do amazing in speech therapy now. Now he'll actually understand and be present. The fog and all has been removed. He's here, he's present. He
Right.
makes eye contact. He looks at your lips. He wants to repeat everything you say now. A year ago, 2 years ago, absolutely not.
Ah, that gives makes me so happy.
Me too. I'm so happy.
So tell me, because I like to point it back to parents.
Yeah.
What does having your child say 2 years ago, where he would have been either a level two or level three support?
Yeah.
What does that do to you as a parent? How does that impact your work? How does that impact your life?
Oh God, it's like a breath of fresh. I think I told you when I spoke with you the other day, like it's like I'm living in the answered prayer. For months, my husband and I would just like the parents that know that get it. When you just want nothing more, nothing else matters. You just want your child to be okay, be thriving, be able to talk and express their needs and wants or what's wrong. And you see your child struggling and you feel like you can't help, it just literally it shakes your world. Nothing else matters until your child is where they need to be and you know that for sure they are okay. So
Right,
a year ago, 2 years ago, I'm gonna keep it 100. We were depressed, worried, self isolating. Like we just were worried about him, just trying to get answers for him.
right,
Now, presently, we understand. We got the answers. We have the game plan. We got the blueprint. We know. We're just chunking at it. We see what can be done. We see how much progress he has made, and it
right,
just motivates us to keep going. I'm so grateful that I started school in the midst of his journey because now I can turn around and help other parents and create a community and just spread the word and share his journey and inspire and educate others because it's possible. So now I feel like, yes, like, huh, we got out of it. Now let's help other parents help their babies.
yes, 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 yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I find a lot of parents, like for your husband, how was he doing at work? Was he struggling at work?
Stress. I think in the beginning, for real, my husband had like three jobs. One thing about those, they know how to work. Well, my husband had three jobs, but he let go of two. And we just really just honed in and locked in and focused on him. Nothing else mattered. We just kind of did the bare minimum, make sure we took care of business, handle priorities, and everything else was him. So now daddy's great. Daddy can walk in there and ask his son, "You hungry? You eat?" And he say, "Eat. Yeah, I'm hungry." So they are thriving. They are talking. He's much happier. Everybody's happier. And the
Yes,
child is talking and thriving. It's just everything's all right.
yes, yes, yes. And you're sleeping because for if you're
Living.
not sleeping,
Yes,
like
yes.
the way you're sleeping.
Honestly, sleep has not been an issue for him specifically. I know sleep disruption can be a huge issue in kids with autism, but for him, it wasn't a huge issue. He's
Okay,
been sleep trained since like 6 months. So he's
okay.
always slept through the night unless, like he was sick or something, but it's still a plus. Yes, he
Lesson.
sleeps through the night.
It's a massive
He's
lesson
he sleeps through the night in his bed. Yes.
in his bed.
In his bed. Yes.
Oh goodness, lots of parents I meet, my goodness, either the kids used to sleep and have gone backwards and don't sleep and
Hmm.
sleep in their bed, like
Yes.
they literally have to feel their parents touching them to sleep.
Touch. They have to
It's
feel them
like,
at all times, or they wake up at the same time every night in the middle of the night. Yes.
right, and that's such a huge pain point for parents, and
Yes.
it's like, yeah, that's why I was asking about work because that affects your performance at work. There is no way you go to work
See,
and you're
I would
having
let him sleep and I deal with it. I'll be up with the baby. I'm like, you sleep, you gotta go to work. I'll be up with him. And
right.
then all day I'm like, ah.
Right, right. So I'm so
Yeah.
thankful because the way I call myself an adult pediatrician now because it is the whole family care. It's not just the
Yes.
child. Your
Yes.
child affects your whole dynamic as a family. So if we can, if and we tell parents whatever we tell you to feed your child, eat the same thing
Yes.
because you two need to be healthier. You two need to sleep better. You two need to clear out the constipation or whatever is going on.
Absolutely. I promise you, like a year ago, it was so stressful to have to fix two different meals. I'm like, well, my son don't eat this. He only eat, these four same safe foods every single day, but we don't eat that. So it would be so stressful. I'm trying to fix two different meals to compare it as now. This morning, I fixed everybody some sweet potato waffles, some scrambled eggs, some fruit. Everybody in the house ate the same thing and it was
Yes,
easy breezy.
that's wonderful.
Everybody ate the same thing with no problems. No, I don't want that picky nothing. He said he wanted, he was eat. He was ready to eat. He wanted his eggs. A year ago, that baby did not eat eggs. Today, he asked for his eggs. And
Yes.
that's why I tell parents, imagine if you just focus on your child's nutrition. What if that was the missing key, the missing puzzle that makes your baby sleep throughout the night? Wouldn't that work wonders if you just focus on their nutrition? But
Yeah.
he only eats that, or she, oh, hey, hey, they don't need that. Take it out. I bet you'll start sleeping better. Would you take it out? Keep it out.
Right.
See?
Because the gut and the brain are connected. So
Connected.
whatever you do in your gut will help fix the
So if
brain.
you are feeding something that they should not be eating and it is turning their gut upside down, they're gonna be
Yeah,
up all night. And now you mad.
that's
See?
right.
Take it out.
Because the brain and the gut makes
Are
melatonin,
connected.
right?
Yes.
Not just
Yes.
the brain. The gut makes melatonin. So when you
Serotonin.
and some
Yep.
they're setting their tummy on fire, well, their brain is gonna be on fire. And
Yep.
there you go. There goes your sleep. Bye bye.
Yep. Yep.
And it
Yep.
doesn't matter if you give them melatonin too. That's a short.
And
That's
so
time.
when
Yeah.
I see autism parents, on TikTok most posting videos of who else's baby is up in the middle of the night, and I'm like, I could really help you. I promise you, it don't have to be like that. You don't have to accept it. I promise. I promise. I'm
Yes.
like, you do not have to keep waking up like that. Like, please just look into their food. But
Yes.
if you don't know, you don't know until you know. So
Yes. And that's why we're here on a
that's why we're
Wednesday
here.
afternoon talking about this. So, what is one last thing what if a parent sitting in front of you, what would you say to them right now? What's one last thing you can tell our parents listening?
Um, Nutrition is everything. Nutrition is medicine. Functional tests such as OAT tests, heavy metal, stool analysis, those functional tests can give you answers about your child's symptoms that nobody else can. Um, yeah, testing gives you answers. Nutrition is everything. And
Well
follow me on
said.
TikTok at DD405 underscore, and follow my podcast, Angelic Healing with DD.
Oh, that's the name? Wonderful. Yes, we'll definitely have the links everywhere. So please follow her. She's amazing. And thank you so much again for
Thank you
coming
for
on here.
inviting me. I always love talking with you about these things. It's so refreshing to find somebody to just talk with who understands and gets it. So, thank
Yes,
you for inviting me.
my pleasure. We're so glad you reached out to us for the evaluation, and that's
Yes.
how we met. So, yes, it's a
Mhm.
pleasure.
Thank
Yes.
you.
So, I can't wait for you to get out in the world as that's helping all these parents too.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you'll be so wonderful at it. There's
Thank you.
nothing like lived experience to
Yeah.
boost what you're doing. So, yep, we are so thankful to you. And
Yeah.
thank you, parents, again for watching.
Yes.
And if your child needs medical evaluations, if your child needs holistic care, we're here to help. So,
She's amazing.
thank you. Thank you.
Yes. All right. Well, that is it. Thank you for having me.
Oh, what's the comment? I think there's a
Got a
question.
comment?
Oh,
Oh, it
yeah.
is.
What's a level 2 or level 3? Oh, great question. So, that's pertaining to diagnosis. So when we do a medical evaluation of a child with autism, we're looking at the level of support the child needs. And what does support
Mhm.
mean? Support means, does this child need a smaller classroom? Does this child need one-on-one care? Does this child need occupational therapy, speech therapy, ABA therapy, which stands for applied behavior analysis therapy? That's a
Yeah.
specialized therapy for children with autism. So when we do the medical evaluation, there's 3 levels of support we can assign to the child. And I love to stress this. The levels of support have nothing to do with who your child is or their trajectory in life. The fact that your child needs level 2 support today does not mean they will need level 2 support in a year. It's
Correct.
only is a signal, and it's a message to the schools, it's a message to the therapists, it's a message to the insurance companies. Please, let's surround this child with as much support as he can get now, so that he can be the best version, he or she can be the best version of
Best
themselves.
version of
That's
themselves.
it.
Absolutely.
Has nothing to do with will they be able to take care of themselves in 10 years, because it's entirely possible for your child to take care of themselves in 10 years when
Absolutely.
you start early and make the changes that your child needs. So, yeah,
Yep.
I hope that answers your
Oh,
question. Thank you so much for asking. So if there's no other questions, we will.
Mm.
This has been fun. Look at this. We can just keep going.
Yes, 39 minutes.
So yeah, we're gonna do this again. We'll
Yeah,
definitely have you back on, and
I'm here.
love to keep sharing with our parents. So parents, have an amazing day, and
Yes.
remember, you are valuable, you are loved, you are seen. You're the best parent for your child, and now you've heard it. You know it's all possible for your child's
Yes, it
symptoms
is.
to improve. Yes.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure.
Bye
Take
bye.
care. Bye bye, everyone.